My name is Otis Johnson. I was born here in Savannah in 1942, and I have spent a lifetime working in this community in various roles, trying to make it better. And I am extremely honored to have been selected to receive this Legacy Award.
Dr. Otis Johnson is my predecessor, my mentor, father figure, a friend, a colleague, and the list goes on and on and on.
He's got a very, very strong moral compass. Everything he does is based on what's right and what's wrong.
I would encourage young people to think broadly, prepare yourself for whatever comes on, and always be a student. Embrace the idea of being a servant leader. My career has prospered because I was involved in serving, in doing things to help. And some of our young people want to skip over all of the hard work that they need to put in place to be recognized, and they want to go straight to the top, and you're not ready. So I say prepare yourself through getting a good education, and secondly, do the work.
One thing I admire so much about Otis, he's such a brilliant, learned man. It is so refreshing to have a person who values education and knowledge to lead us.
To see someone who, bears the last name that I have, but someone who is so accomplished, and then understanding his story. He is someone that is so significant in Savannah's history. I mean, he is the epitome of Savannah, and more importantly, the epitome of Savannah that you can achieve in spite of everything else going wrong. I mean, he was the first black student at Armstrong State College. He was the first African-American from Savannah to graduate from the University of Georgia, and then earned a PhD from Brandeis University at a time where PhDs were not easy or so easy to get. He's someone who's led us in terms of the school board, serving on the school board. He served on city council. He led the Youth Futures Authority, which was a game-changing organization here in our community. Otis Johnson's handprints and footprints are throughout the city.
That was a goal to make a difference and to be a difference, and to exhibit how you can struggle and overcome obstacles and make a contribution to society.
He has been a strong advocate for the African American community, but honestly, he's really been a more advocate for fairness in the community.
One of the things we need to do to improve is to admit that every group in society does not have an equal chance to succeed, and we need to work on those barriers that are impeding the progress of individuals. I'm the first to say that people have to make their own way through this life, because nobody's going to roll up to you and say, here's a good life. But when you do that, you shouldn't have institutional and structural impediments that block your ability to experience the American dream. I think this is a wonderful opportunity in Savannah to showcase what leadership looks like, what it can be, and what it should be.
It's always important when you have people who see things in you that you don't see in yourself. And so once I think he knew who I was as we traveled, and ultimately I worked for him at the Youth Futures Authority. I got laid off by him, but I got over that. Last hired, so I was first laid off. But then we served on city council together. And he just felt, and I think it's because it's the educator in him, always, kind of teaching moments and just kind of hipping me to things. And then I think most importantly, being the example. And so, I say I want to be like him. I mean, I want to be someone who can get on a national stage or international stage and be prepared. But more importantly, to be able to keep it real and say the truth, speak truth to power, regardless of who you're around, or regardless of who gets mad. And if you know Dr. Otis Johnson, if he feels it, He'll say it, and if he says it, he can back up why he feels that way.
Otis is so deserving of this Legacy Award because he has a lifetime, 50 years that I'm aware of doing the right thing, always being driven by that strong moral compass, taking that into his leadership roles, and he's an example for all of us.
He is so deserving of that, not only for his personal contributions, but his professional contributions, for his love of Savannah, how he's led coastal Georgia, even as today, as he is making lives better and has made lives better for generations of young people who will never know his name, but yet their lives are better because of his contributions.
Well, first of all, it took me a minute to absorb what I was being told, and after it sunk in, I was truly honored. And when people or organizations think enough of you to honor you or to recognize you, it's a humbling experience. So I was very humbled by the honor bestowed upon me, and I hope that I can be an example, a role model for younger people to know, as I said earlier, that hard work pays off, and if you stick with it, and if you keep your nose clean and keep your nose to the grindstone, you will be rewarded.